Body run the trap when I'm in the streets.
Hai and Assalamualaikum. My name is Tengku Abdul Samad Shah bin Tengku Ilmu Sulaiman, and I would like to talk about the overall market overview of Malaysia market from the year of 2019 until 2020. First thing first, this is the candlestick of FBM KLCI from the year of 2019 until 2020. So the first thing to do if we do the analysis based on the technical is to look at the trend. So we can see clearly that the market trend for FBM KLCI is on a downtrend, which the market keep repeating, making a lower low from 2019 until 2020, which the highest price or the major resistance throughout the year is at price of 1732.27, and the lowest price of the market reached which the major support for the FBM KLCI is at price of 1548.45. After that, for the last quarter of 2019, the trend has not clearly moved, which the trend is on the sideways. Next, since we have chosen the property sector, so we use housing price index or HPI as an indicator to measure the overall performance of the sector. So what is housing price index or HPI? So HPI is one of the tools as an indicator of house price trend in Malaysia and as wide measure of movement of single family house price. If we look through at the HPI for the year of 2019, the bar chart shows that the highest HPI is at the first quarter of 2019, which is 2.5%, and the index slightly decreased as much as 0.2% in the second quarter of 2019, which the HPI for the second quarter become 2.3%. Then the worst part is HPI for Malaysia is when enter the third quarter of 2019, which the index show a huge decrease until HPI reached at 0.4% for the third quarter. This is a serious case for Malaysia as it happened because the unsold apartment in the city of Kuala Lumpur as a result of a recent boom overhaul high-end buildings. Lastly, for the last quarter of 2019, the index shows a slightly decrease from the previous quarter as much as 0.4%, which the new HPI for the fourth quarter of 2019 is 0.8%.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Amirul Hakimi bin Amran, and today I will present to you regarding the stock that I have analysed for the IMB 555. The stock that I have analysed is the Sunway Real Estate Investment Trust, which is a retail-focused real estate investment trust. This company has a portfolio located across integrated township in various locations in Kuala Lumpur, Penang and Perak. Based on the fundamental analysis of the company, this company has a positive and negative of change due to the pandemic, and this can be seen in the ratio. In the year of 2019 to 2020, the revenue for the company decreased from the 580,299 million to 539,945 million. This has shown a great impact due to the pandemic of COVID-19. Next is a return on asset, which is a ROA, to measure the ability of firm to generate profit. In the year of 2019, there has been a change positive from the previous year with 5.39%, and it went down in 2020 with 4.93%. The return on equity of the company can also be seen on a downtrend when 2019 showed on 9.17% lower than the previous year, and it continued to the 2020 with 8.74%. This can be calculated by dividing the net income to total equity. Furthermore, the dividend has shown a decrease from 2019 to 2020 with 0.0961 cents to 0.0517 cents. Lastly, the earning per share, which is EPS, which the higher the EPS, the more investors are attracted to the stock. And for this company, has shown a downward movement from the previous year with 0.025 to 0.01 from the year 2019 to 2020. For the technical analysis, this stock has shown a downtrend movement, and based on my analysis, this stock has a chance to break a new high when the price has broken into the new resistance. In the graph can be seen a double bottom pattern that describes a change in trend and the movement of momentum reversal from prior leading price action, and also show a major support in the price of the 1.635. The reason also can be supported by the indicator of relative strength index that measure the magnitude of recent price change to evaluate overbought or oversold conditions in the price of the stock. And RSI reading on the chart of 30 or below indicate an oversold or undervalued condition may be informed for a trend reversal or corrective pullback in price. This can be seen that the movement for price is going strong, which may be able to break a new high. Okay, that's all for my video.
Assalamualaikum and good day to everyone. My name is Muhammad Tariq Uzair bin Muhammad Remy, and today I would like to present to you our second stock for stock market analysis, which is Mahsin Group Berhad. Okay, before we go for the analysis, I'm going to explain to you a little bit profile for Mahsin Group Berhad. Okay, Mahsin Group Berhad is an investment holding that engages in the development residential and commercial properties and provision of management service under property sector in Bursa Malaysia. Okay, for fundamental analysis, this stock has a great market performance in the future in fundamental analysis. Mahsin Group Berhad return on equity ratio for year 2019 was 3.43% and dropped drastically in 2020, which is 1.28% because of the outbreak COVID-19 pandemic. And this company earning per share for year 2019 was RM 0.483 cents, while for 2020 it's slightly decreasing to RM 0.449 cents. And for PE ratio of Mahsin Group Berhad for year 2019 was 17.91% and increasing significantly in 2020, which is 38.09%, and it shows a great positive change in the previous year. Lastly is the company dividend per share for year 2019 was RM 0.335 cents, and this ratio for 2020 is unchanged, which is the same value, RM 0.335 cents. My recommendation for this stock based on the fundamental analysis is investor should buy and hold this stock because it shows a great performance for medium and long investment in the future based on the fundamental analysis. Okay, next is for technical analysis. This stock shows a downtrend movement and it has chance to break a new close price from the previous year. And based on my analysis also, this stock also has a chance to break a new high price when the price has broken to a new resistance. In the graph, as we can see a double bottom that shows a change in the trend and also shows a major support in the price around 0.605. The reason also can be supported by the indicator of MACD to measure the trend and the momentum of the stock. The MACD indicators shows the histogram has turned up above zero and the two exponential moving average, or we call EMA, had crosses above the oscillator or the signal line, which indicates a buying signal for the stock. This can be seen that the movement of the price is going strong and relatively may be able to break a new high price. So, my recommendation for this stock based on technical analysis, it also give a great investment to the traders for short investment and also great for investor for a medium and long term investment. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So I am Muhammad Alif Darwish bin Ahmad Faiz and I will be presenting about the analysis on the stocks of EPS Resources Berhad. So to start with, I would like to start with the fundamental analysis that I have done, which I analyze for the stock based on four ratios, which is return on asset ratios, return on equity ratios, earning per share ratios, and also current ratio. So starting with the return on asset ratios, it shows an increased from 1.5 negative 1.52% to 7.08% within 2 years. So it shows that the company has increased its ability to gain income from the assets. Next, we move to the return on equity, which shows that it also have an increase from negative 1.83% to 8.32%. Next, I'm sorry, which shows that the company has also gained an increase in ability for them to gain income from their equity. Next, we move to earning per ratio. They also said that they have also increased, which is from negative 36 cents to 1 ringgit to 79 cents, which shows that from one of their shares, they could earn 1 ringgit and 79 cents, which is good. And also it can attract the investors with this kind of improvement, which when they attract investors, their company will continue to grow. Lastly, we move to current ratios, which also have an increase from 1.37 times to 2.03 times, which indicates that the company has the ability or increased the ability to cover the accounts payable, the loan, and other things, which shows that the ability to countermeasure the liability also has been gained from the company. And within all the analysis that I have made, I expect the company to be more successful and continue to grow and increase on all of these ratios in the future. Next, we move to the technical analysis from the chart that I have analyzed based on recent market price movement. Uh, Shows that the company has a downtrend, currently experiencing downtrend, and which I also believe that what occurs the downtrend line because the stocks have breached or breaks the supports support line, and when you break the support line, it is expected for the price to go down and making a new supports and resistance line. Uh, why I say the price is expected to go down in the future, because they have just completed a rectangle pattern, which is the bearish rectangle. Uh, when the pattern is completed, it indicates the price which is from going down, making a pattern, and after the pattern has been completed, it will go down again. And this is why I said it is expected to go down again in the future prices movement. So that is all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Muhammad Adib bin Barudin. Today, I'm going to analyze stock EcoWorld Development Group Berhad that falls under property sector in Bursa Malaysia. First, we start with fundamental analysis to analyze this stock. The first one is return on equity. It is to measure the ability of firm to generate profit through its equity. For this stock, the ROE for year 2019 is 5.86% and it dropped to 3.62% on the next year. Next is EPS or earning per share. It is indicate how much money of a company makes for each share of its stock, and if the higher the EPS, the more investor will attract to invest in the stock. For EcoWorld, the EPS increased from RM0.32 to RM0.36 in year 2019 and 2020. Next, we move to return on asset. It is to measure the ability of firm to generate profit through its asset. ROA for this stock, EcoWorld, in year 2019 is 2.49% and it slightly dropped to 1.63% on year 2020. Finally, net tangible asset. On year 2019, the NTA for this stock is RM0.71 and it dropped to RM0.45 on the next year. We believe that this stock has good fundamental analysis and it has quite good performance if we invest on this stock. Let us move to technical analysis. There are two indicators used to analyze this stock. First is simple moving average. It is used to identify the trend that have on the stock. Buying signal is when the candlestick move above the SMA line, and selling signal is when the candlestick move below the SMA line. In early May, when the candlestick move above the SMA line, the stock price is increasing, as we can see in the graph. And we move to end of year 2020, we can see that the candlestick is moving above the SMA line, and we will predict that the price will go high because the candlestick move above the SMA line. Next indicator is moving average convergence divergence, or mostly known as MACD. Buying signal for this indicator are when the MACD line move above the red line or when the MACD line move above the zero oscillator. And for selling signal for this indicator is when the MACD line move below the red line and when the MACD line move below the zero oscillator. On the graph, at the end of year 2020, we can see that the MACD line slowly crosses above the zero oscillator, and we believe that it is buying signal for this stock. So this stock also shows downtrend line that we can draw in the graph by connecting the highest point of the security prices until its price continue decrease, and make sure The higher point is lower than the previous one. As we saw in the graph, in year 2020, it shows that this stock want to break the downtrend line. And we believe when this stock break the downtrend line, the price will go up. For trading plan on this stock is the strong support is at RM0.390 and the fresh breakout for this stock is at RM0.75. And strong breakout for this stock is at RM0.9990 and it is the highest price for the past 2 years. So as investors always said that history repeat itself and who knows that this stock can reach the RM0.990 price. That's all from me. Thank you.